Luke Perry on the line now. Good morning, Luke. Polling out yesterday. It's inside. However, it shows this is close, but Brindisi up 50 to 44, I think was the numbers. What are your thoughts? You give it any credence?
Well, it's one indicator, of course, of how the race is going. As was mentioned before, I think anytime you're dealing with polling from either of the congressional campaign committees, the reaction has to be a bit tempered. But it's good news for Brindisi. I think it shows that he's a stronger candidate than Kim Myers, and having this not be a three-candidate race, just having it being him and Tenney seems to be to his advantage. So we have to remember there's margin of error here, plus or minus 3 or 4 points usually.
Yeah.
But it suggests that he's up, and Tenney's holding about the same. Again, if she's down to 44 from 46 or 47, that's not a huge difference. I think the dynamic is just a stronger candidate on the Democratic side, no third-party challenger.
Also, Brindisi announcing yesterday, and why do you think this is important? Announcing yesterday that his campaign has raised over $510,000, which is a record for the 22nd Congressional District for any candidate or incumbent for the first quarter of any year, and that he has about $800,000 on hand that he is out raising Claudia Tenney. And by the way, they're saying 89% of the donations have been under $100. Why is it important to get that out there?
Fundraising is a sign of strength. As you know, it's an indicator of support. If people are willing to give their own money to you, it suggests that they're going to vote for you and they're enthusiastic. So I think that's why he's emphasizing it. The focus on small donations is reminiscent of Bernie Sanders. I think he was the one who really did this on a national scale. And it's part of a larger narrative about who is on your side, so to speak. And Brindisi is trying to advocate and focus his campaign on the middle class, and this is evidence of their support for him as he sees it.
Do you think the record $510,000 raised in the first quarter, and by the way, the reporting deadline isn't until April 12th, that it is really a result of some of the more outlandish comments that have been made since the first of the year by Claudia Tenney?
That's certainly a factor. So far, the campaign has largely been one of personalities. As it continues that way, as we've discussed in the past, I think that favors Brindisi. So, you know, I think without those comments, there would still be enthusiasm on the left, but I think people would be less inclined to support him financially, perhaps. Yeah. And obviously, there wouldn't be the national attention as much surrounding this race.
Immediately this morning, getting an email from Jim Zecca, who is a big supporter of Claudia Tenney, who says, oh, give me a break. Here's Cuomo raising money for Anthony Brindisi. Pelosi is going to be raising money for Anthony Brindisi. How dangerous is it for an Anthony Brindisi to be tied to Andrew Cuomo and Nancy Pelosi?
Well, I enjoyed meeting Jim a few weeks ago out in New Hartford. He was very pleasant, and I appreciated talking with him briefly. In terms of his comment, I think that the Republicans, including Tenney's campaign, are trying to paint Brindisi as closely connected to Cuomo and Pelosi. I think he's got a long record in the Assembly that speaks to his relationship with Cuomo, and voters will make their own determinations about that. I think in terms of Nancy Pelosi, as I've written about, he's going to have to face a choice as to whether he's going to join the growing numbers of people who will formally distance themselves from her being leader should Democrats retake the House. And that's a difficult decision in terms of campaign strategy.
Yeah. What do you think? I mean, does she survive all this?
Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah.
I think so. She's well experienced. She works tirelessly behind the scenes for Democrats. Obviously, having seen her speak as recently as a few weeks ago in Washington, I think some of her rhetoric is less focused on the campaign dynamics than perhaps it could be. In the sense that she was defending San Francisco values and saying that she gets attacked on that, but she's proud of that. That isn't helpful for a lot of candidates. So I think for the Democrats, that it would be beneficial if that would change.
All right, Luke Perry is with Utica College's Center of Public Affairs and Election Research and is the author of NY 22 Minute. And you can read all about it. Google him. You'll find him. And Luke, as always, we appreciate your time.